views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I am absolutely beyond excited for our guest today, and as you can see, we have one of my favorite animals, and I'm so excited. I absolutely adore them. We have a sloth here, because we're all part of Friends of the Wild, which is just like the most amazing place, and I'm so excited for it to be here in Vegas because we really needed something like this. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about everything, because truly your place is phenomenal.
Thank you so much, Corey. My name's Danny. I'm the director of Friends of the Wild, and we are a small animal center downtown in Las Vegas. And I want to say thank you so much for coming to visit us a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, of course.
It was our
Thank
honor
you
to
for
have you.
Oh my
you're
goodness,
welcome.
it was so cool.
We have about 25 different animals on site, and we specialize in interactive experiences. So it's not like a zoo with the bars and the windows, and you can't really get into the animals. Most of our animals are very, very interactive and friendly. And so we're really excited to be able to present something like this to the community because we definitely need it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know, we were just talking about this a little earlier. In Vegas, like, you think like we have so much stuff, but we don't have a lot of things for animals. And I was always like, we need at least like a good zoo or whatnot. And then we had the Vegas Zoo, which was awesome, but that closed down. And then we really didn't have much, and it's really sad. But this is even better than a zoo, like you said, because they're not behind the bars and it's cool, and you get the one-on-one interaction. It's so awesome.
Absolutely, and that's where Friends of the Wild was born, actually, after the closure of the Las Vegas Zoo. That was in 2013. Can you believe it was that long ago?
Wow.
Excuse me, I've got some friends knocking over here. And then Ruse and More closed down.
Yeah, and Ruse and More, we love them too.
They closed down at the end of last year. Sorry, the year before now. And so we just definitely saw this big hole in the community that needed to be filled. And one of those ways that we were able to fill it was with interactive and fun animal experiences for lots of people. So we've only been open for a few months now. And again, I want to thank you so much for coming down and spreading the word.
Oh my goodness.
This is one of our little guys, Bandette. Yes. Is she on camera? Can you get her? Bandette's a ferret. We do have exotic and unusual animals. So you can generally buy ferrets pretty much anywhere. But these guys are a little bit special to us. She was actually a rescue. We rescued her through the animal sanctuary. Her and her sister. Do you want to hold this one?
Yes,
I'll get her sister out. That's Bandette, and then here comes Celine. Come on, Teddy. Many of our animals are named after celebrities. Come in.
Yes, which is awesome. Vegas celebrities. It's so cool.
So this is Celine, and Celine was one of our newest rescues. She was from the Animal Foundation also. They're a fabulous partner of ours. And she was actually abandoned in a hotel room. Can you believe it?
Really?
Yeah. So we were able to, lucky enough to give her a forever home, and these guys love each other. So
that's awesome.
We're really, really happy.
That's sad.
I know. There's so many sad, sad stories in town. These guys now have a happy story, happily ever
yes,
after.
and that's perfect.
And over 50% of our animals are rescued. So we have...
That's so cool.
They're getting out.
I was like, I don't want them falling out the table. Oh, she's beautiful.
She is.
Yeah, and so I had to say, because almost all of your animals are so cute, and they had the best names.
They do, yes.
And I think you were also saying our tour guide, who is amazing and was in some
Ivan,
video
yes,
with us,
he is great.
But he was saying that maybe you might have a competition even.
We are, yeah. So this guy over here, our sloth, doesn't have a name yet. So we will be announcing a competition. You'll see that on Facebook. So make sure you follow Friends of the Wild on Facebook, and you'll see a competition coming up to name him. But we have Spears. She's our African crested porcupine. She's named after Britney Spears, of course. We also have Bugsy, who's our sulcata tortoise. Did you get to meet him while you were there?
Yes. They got
just a little guy right now, but he's actually the second largest tortoise in the world.
And
Not yet, but he will be.
He was
actually
like
is pretty fast.
Like everyone says, like, oh, no, they're really fast.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We have a couple of desert tortoises as well,
Yes.
Donnie and Marie, of course.
Yes, adorable.
And then we have 4 pigs. We have our rat pack in the pig pen.
Yeah. And I had to say, first of all, you had little piglets.
We did have
Oh my
piglets, yes.
goodness. And that was the first time I've seen pigs, but I've never seen a piglet in person, so that was really cool.
Yeah, so we actually accidentally got piglets. We adopted,
Yeah.
we rescued a couple of female pigs, and then within a couple months we realized that there was something different about their pot bellies. One of them was pregnant, so she had 5 healthy babies just a couple months ago.
awesome.
Yeah. So we're keeping one of them. We definitely have the space for them, but we're using one of the pig rescues in town to help us place the other guys.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your place, I mean, truly, so let's talk about all the different types of animals, because
Sure.
you do have tons of them, and every single one of them were so cool. Okay, so let's start. So you had the desert tortoises
Yes.
when they first walked in, correct?
Yes, desert tortoises.
And then the birds.
Yeah.
And so I love that. That was so cool.
Well,
the
we
birds.
custom built an
Yes.
aviary for them because we
Which
wanted
is
them to
awesome.
have an amazing experience and an amazing life. So they have heating, they have air conditioning, they have
Yeah.
fresh air, they have everything that they possibly need in there. Obviously food and water and shelter. They have plants and they have some straw bedding on the floor. We got donated about 17 parakeets, and so
Wow.
they're just the little birds. Did you get to go in and see
Yes,
them?
I did.
Okay,
That was
good.
great.
When you had come over, I believe we'd only had them for a few days, so they might not have been as interactive as they are these days. So every day we go in with the seed cups and we encourage them to come down and be interactive with us, and it's just a fun little experience, especially if you're a bird lover, to have them sitting on your hands and kind
yeah.
of interacting with them.
Oh, it's so good. And I think it's like a perfect picture opportunity, like for kids and
Oh,
stuff too.
absolutely.
It's awesome.
And then if
So-
you're not a bird lover, we have
Yeah.
those windows out the front
Yeah,
so that you
that's
can just
right.
watch the birds and you can watch your loved ones in
You're
there.
in the movie, The Birds. It's perfect.
Right. The next enclosure up is our prairie dogs. Our
Yes.
prairie dogs are adorable. We
They
just love them.
are.
Yeah. We have 5 prairie dogs. One of them actually wasn't out in their enclosure, but he should be going out in the next couple of months. His name is Hugh Hefner. And then the 4 girls are the girls next door.
There you go.
And they are just beautiful. They're active. They dig tunnels. Did you hear them calling while you were there? They make a little call to each other.
Yes, we did.
They run around in the dirt and kiss each other whenever they see each
Oh.
other, and it's just really, really special. We really love them.
There was one like on the pipe, like
Yep.
watching out. So cool.
Yeah, it's a fun little experience there. I tell you, when I need to go in and get some work done, that's a big distraction right there. Is the
I'm sure.
prairie dogs.
I'm sure of it.
We actually just got a brand new addition to our zoo as well. We only just picked him up a couple days ago, her up a couple days ago.
Oh.
She is an 8-foot long boa constrictor.
I love snakes.
Yeah, she's
people are afraid
gorgeous.
of them. I
Another
love
rescue.
snakes.
She was
Awesome.
actually a police confiscation, and again we found out about her through the Animal Foundation. So
They're great.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're just amazing, really, really wonderful. And then we're lucky enough to be able to help them out with any reptiles
cool.
or birds that they're unable to place. This guy, she was actually confiscated because you're not allowed to keep them as a private residence. You're not allowed to keep snakes that large.
Right.
One of our main missions at Friends of the Wild is to be an educational facility. So
Yeah.
you can come and you can see things like the ferrets. Obviously, anybody can own a ferret, and they're really fun and lots of really great things about them. But you also need to know the negative sides of things:
Yes.
what they eat, how they smell, especially these guys, and especially restrictions. So this boa
Yeah.
is a really, really great addition to our zoo. So we're able to kind of use her as an educational piece. Like, not everybody needs to have a snake this large
No.
in their home.
And I was gonna say I never even heard that there was like a law on how big they could be and stuff. I never even knew that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're really lucky. Like I said, we gave her a forever home. We've named her Car after
Oh.
the Cirque show. And she's beautiful. So she's just kind of settling into things, to life at the zoo with us now, and we're all interactive with her and making sure she's nice and kind and friendly. And
Yeah,
she's
and
awesome.
I do want to say, and I think that's so cool. You teach about the different animals, and because you see them and you're like, oh, they're so cute. I want one. I have
Yep.
to have one. And it's a really bad thing, and they're not meant to be captive as a pet, and
Right.
especially when you're not experienced or anything
Right.
like that.
Right.
And you see all these poor animals that. Unfortunately, now thank gosh we have you guys, but even before and stuff, they get put down and stuff because they don't have anywhere to put them and stuff, and it's a sad thing, and they get out of hand, and people don't realize like how hard it is. Some of these
Absolutely,
animals.
the perfect example of that is our potbelly pigs. So the 3 potbelly pigs that we rescued from a couple of different places, we rescued them because they were unable to live in a home anymore. They had gotten too big, or they were moving to another place, another rental property that didn't allow pigs. So we were able to step in and fill that gap. And there's a couple of other really great pig rescues here in town too that do exactly that thing. They come, they help in that situation so that the animals aren't getting put down or put into a position where they're not living a comfortable life. So we actually custom built all of our enclosures, specifically for the animals that we were looking to get, because we wanted to make sure that their environment is exactly how it should be. Everything from misting systems, like I talked about with the aviary, they have their misting system, they have their air conditioning, they have their heater, whatever they need, especially with our outdoor animals as well. So the pig enclosure I'm very proud of. I know you saw it. I just love
I love it, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's very has a very farm feel. It's a pellet fence, so it's very open, and it's really lovely. It's very muddy. It's perfect conditions for the pigs.
And you love walking in there and see, if you want a pet pig, you can't do it.
Exactly.
It's a lot of work. That's a perfect way. You can just go visit there. And then
We're always looking for volunteers as well. So if it's something that you want to come and do on a weekly basis, you can absolutely come down and volunteer. We have a couple of volunteer orientation sessions coming up. Again, I just posted that on Facebook as well, so check our Facebook page. But yeah, the pigs, we're just so lucky and privileged to be able to have them and give them a forever home, and we're super excited. And you know, there's 5 staff members, 3 part-time and 2 full-time. So we get lots of interaction. That's our main focus of each day. Obviously, we feed and we clean, but we also enrich. So we play games with our animals. We make arts and crafts for them. We've got lots of our volunteers come in and they make the paper mache balloons, and then you pop the balloon, pull it out, and fill it up with peanuts. So things like that are really, really fun ways to interact with the pigs. Not that they need interaction, because they'll just come right up.
That's so cool.
And then we have Spears, our African crested porcupine,
which is so awesome. Oh my god, the spines are crazy, and she's beautiful. She has the cutest little face.
She is the cutest thing.
It's so I love the porcupine. She was beautiful. Yeah. That was awesome to see too.
Yeah, we really loved her. We've had her since she was about 4 months old, so we've seen her go from about this big to quite a lot larger. And she's very friendly. She's definitely not a hang out with public all the time kind of a girl.
Right.
But we definitely go in there as the keepers and the tour guide sits in there with her, and she'll eat out of our hands, and she's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Absolutely. And then I want to talk about some of the Oh, I know what I want to talk about, because first of all, they were the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. The little Madagascar.
The Tenrecs.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So the Tenrecs have,
because it's so
we have a great story with the Tenrecs too. So we actually saw, when we were first sitting down to organize what animals we were thinking about getting at the zoo, at the animal center, we were looking through Craigslist ads and kind of looking to see what animals needed homes, who was doing what, where, and how, and why.
Right.
And we saw an ad on one of the pet places for these Tenrecs, and we actually didn't know what Tenrecs were, so we Googled them. And we found out that they're these cute little spiky guys, and they actually look a little bit like hedgehogs, but they're not related at all, and they're from the island of Madagascar. What had happened with them is that there was, I like to tell people that they were a science experiment. And they were, but it wasn't in the bad way that you're thinking. They actually were being studied by a UNLV professor on their torpor, which is like a hibernation. So they were being watched. They were watched when they were sleeping. So there was nothing bad there. However, his experiment was done, so he needed somewhere to house them. So we went in and took them. And they're just the cutest little thing. They're about the size of a lemon.
Cute. I know.
Very docile at the moment because they are in their torpor period, so they are their metabolism slows down, everything slows down for them. But super fun educational animal, again, because what's a Tenrec?
I never even heard of it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And they're huge in Madagascar, Craig. That's where they're.
There's a lot of different varieties. Yeah, there's a lot of different species of them in Madagascar. But who'd know? They weren't in the movie, so nobody knew.
Who would know? It's awesome. And then you have a beautiful macaw too.
We do, yes. Stardust.
Yes, and I think we have video of that. I think it might be playing in the back. I don't know what's going on in the back. Something's going on
Something
in the back.
Fancy back there.
But no, it's so cool. I mean, your whole place is just truly phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah, we really, really love it. It's You know, it's hard work. There's days that's really, really rough. Talk to us in the middle of summer when we were constructing some of those outdoor enclosures.
I could even imagine.
It was rough. It was rough.
This summer was horrible.
But thanks to Ivan and Shelby, they're the full-time staff at the zoo. They really rocked it out. So every single day, you know, brings new challenges. We have a really fabulous vet in town, which was one of the key things that we needed before we even started collecting animals.
Absolutely.
So we found a really wonderful vet that could look after everything from pigs' hooves to sloth immunizations to you name it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was really key in our decision-making process as well. But yeah, I mean, like I said, feeding, cleaning, and then enriching the animals each day is just as rewarding as it sounds. It's just super amazing. We love what we do.
And you know, I really think that's what separates you from a lot of places too, because you can tell how passionate you are about them, and you do love it. And I mean, to hand make the enclosures and stuff, that is just, I didn't even know in summertime. Oh my goodness, that makes it even worse.
Yep.
But I mean, you really care about them and you love them, and that's what's so cool. And your location is absolutely perfect because first of all, I love downtown, and then the container park is just amazing, and it's right next to it. So, I mean, you really couldn't get a better spot. It was perfect.
Yeah, we're really super happy to be down there. If we need to move in the future, we're definitely going to stay in the downtown area because that's where we really want to be. I love the downtown community.
Yes.
The support that we have from the businesses and the people downtown is really, really important for us as well. So yeah, we love the location that we're at. And we've got lots of room to expand, so that's really good for us as well. We enjoy it. So we have quite a large board. We have about 8 people on our board of directors as well, just I wanted to let you know. And then we have a group of about 20 people that volunteer on a monthly basis as well. So we've got a lot of community support behind us, which is, you know, it's key for us going forward.
Oh yeah, and one of my things too is I really, I hope more people, because you have such a great thing already and you're brand new, so I really hope this will bring more attention to it and stuff, because I mean, everything you do is phenomenal, and it's such a cool thing in Vegas. We really needed something like this. I'm so happy it's finally here.
Yay.
And I mean, it's just, and so how can people volunteer and stuff, and what can they expect when they volunteer? Because I hope a lot of people
we put volunteers through the ringer. They have to like sweep sidewalks, clean bathrooms, all of the stuff that we can't get to on a day-to-day basis. And then absolutely and obviously there's always animal enrichment that needs to be done. So you might need to feed the pigs, you might need you might need to do stuff like that. But we have all of our enclosures, our indoor and our outdoor enclosures get detail cleaned every single week. So we pull them all apart, put them all back to clean them, put them all back together. So we need help with all of that sort of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, we need help with everything from spreading the word, liking us on Facebook, joining our mailing list through friendsofthewild.org. All of that stuff just helps bring our PR up and current. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then just touching on the fact that we enjoy what we're doing, because I know we enjoy what we're doing. We all go to work every day with a smile on our face because this is what we want to do. But what's really, really touching for us is when we see the reviews that come out on Yelp and Facebook, and other people can see the passion that we have for the animals, and that's what's really, really, really important for us.
Definitely.
Is that you guys see it too.
Yeah, and I just think that shows how obvious it is too. I mean, you could just, it's really crazy. It's incredible.
Good.
But we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with Friends of the Wild. Hey everyone, I'm Corey Taylor from Corey Taylor Talks, and we are here at Friends of the Wild. Let's take a look.
Donnie was actually active yesterday, so this isn't gonna mess with any of his hibernation patterns or anything. So this is Donnie, and we do have a male and a female, so it's Donnie and. He's got a bunch of stuff on his face.
Hi, sweetie. He's so cute. Oh.
It spends way too much money on this industrial. And then we have these little birdhouses.
How adorable.
So in here, when people would come in here, we would actually like have them step on the stones, and then they would go like this. And once we get them comfortable, what you do is it's a slow feed process. So you actually stop feeding them as much as you would, and then slowly. Oh, really?
It was a great experience until the end.
Yes. Now, this is another animal that is legal in the state of Nevada to have with $10 every year to the Wildlife Foundation or something, or the NDOW, Nevada Department of Wildlife. So the really cool thing about these guys is we have one at home. So I always tell people these guys don't make good pets. The only reason we have one at home is because she was actually abandoned by her litter. Like they just left her behind. Like everybody picked her out, and she was at a pet store. And from that pet store, they were going to take her to the pet. She's nice. Now all these guys, because they aren't worked with, and because they technically are still like wild animals, they are aggressive. I tell that to people all the time. I'm like, when you guys get these animals, like they can.
Do you know what?
When you guys do feed them, if you guys would please just follow these instructions. What you want to do is you want to keep all your fingers together. So you want to feed them like this, because all these will be kind of like carrots. So what you want to do is, I like to feed Dean. He's the guy who like eats for me the most. Come on, buddy, time to get up. Hi, we have guests. Yes,
He's so cute.
yes,
Oh my goodness.
Look at the
And they just
chest.
plop it in their mouth.
They are so cute.
There you go, good girl. Now Joey's really skittish. She really won't come up to anybody. So to feed her, if you want to like toss them or something. Literally before you guys walk through this.
Oh my god.
Hi. Now this is Frankie right here in the front. As you can see, he's the most comfortable because we're actually working with him.
Oh, how cute.
Oh,
So
my
he's Frankie. That's what we're gonna keep. All the other ones we're trying to find different facilities that want them.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to take them to the pig rescue
Right,
unless necessary.
right.
Yeah.
So we're calling other people like, hey, how would you like to have an educational
How awesome.
Yeah.
piglet? So we're trying to find.
Oh
that.
my
Yeah. And these guys, and like I was saying before, potbelly pigs came from in the 80s from Asia. And they started as like, there was like a crazy phenomenon of, she was the biggest pain, but. Oh, my sweetheart, come here. And they have a really good sense of smell, so what I do is like you kind of juice them in.
Right.
Yes, it's
Oh, here she comes.
Yes. Come on. Come on, sweetheart.
Oh.
This one's
How adorable. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
over here. No, this way.
She smells the juice.
Oh my goodness. A little face.
So she's what's known as an African crested porcupine. Now,
She's beautiful.
porcupine, as the name says, they come from Africa.
Cute.
This is Bugsy Seagull.
Oh my goodness. I love your names for all these
I
animals.
know.
Well, we want to have Vegas themed names,
Right.
Because we want people to remember Vegas as
Exactly.
like we're also a family theme.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
This is a good place for. This isn't just gambling and drinking.
No.
Like we want Vegas to be known for something else besides just that.
What a little cutie.
Hello, little guy. Now,
my goodness.
Bugsy is what's known as a sulcata tortoise, or an African spur tortoise, which is the third largest species of tortoise in the entire. This is Teller.
Oh, Penn and
Penn and
Teller.
Yes, and his brother Penn is over there. Now, this guy looks like a hedgehog.
Sweet.
He has quills like a hedgehog, but he is not related to hedgehogs whatsoever.
Really?
He's actually more related to elephants, manatees, and
Holy
moles.
cow. It looks like he does look like a mole with spikes.
He does kind of look like those. Yeah, that's where
Oh my
people are like, oh,
goodness.
okay, I kind of see that. Now these guys actually come from the island of Madagascar.
Oh.
Now they would have a lot of natural predators out in Madagascar, but they kind of flourished on the southwest coast of Madagascar. They've kind of flourished, and they have like 5 or 6 different subspecies of
Wow.
them. And these guys, what are you doing?
What a cutie.
Where are you going? You gonna go this way? I hear your squeaks.
Look at that face.
I know.
And then he can roll up into his little ball too whenever he wants.
That's so cool.
World hi. And then he'll come out if you smell.
Oh, how
There
cute.
you go, buddy.
That's adorable.
Oh my goodness.
And what these guys do, I want to say even maybe 2,000 years ago, they were just like a bunch of random colorful birds that kind of dispersed into different regions, and now their own little regions have their own subspecies of blue and golds, like blue and golds, and then they have scarlet macaws, they have military macaws. We're waiting to reach a certain amount of likes on Facebook, so then we're gonna do a
Like a name.
naming contest,
Oh my
where we're gonna have a few
gosh.
names and people can like donate $1 or
That's a
12 or
great
Oh,
idea.
that is perfect. Oh my goodness.
He
What a
is
cutie
adorable.
pie.
Yeah, so he is a two-toed sloth, specifically Linnaeus' two-toed sloth. Linnaeus' two-toed sloths are differentiated because they have 2 big claws at the top. All sloths have 3 at the bottom, but their 2 front have 2, and they are very, very dark brown colored, as opposed to the 3-toed sloths who have like a little mask, and they look like those are the ones that all those memes and stuff.
Right. He.
And then one cool thing that I never actually really learned until I started working with sloths was I never really thought about their ears.
Okay.
So it's actually really, really cute.
Oh. How adorable.
And he doesn't like to really hang on me right here. Right now he's just kind of like on his...
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. Once again, we have Friends of the Wild, and we're just talking about really how so cool the place is. And what I didn't even think of is parties that you would do, and I can't imagine a better birthday party or a group building party or whatever. So that you guys do parties there?
We sure do. When you were there, you would have noticed the large assembly hall we have. So
yes.
We've had a couple of children's birthday parties there with over 50 in attendance at each of those.
Wow.
And then we've had a couple of corporate groups that have come in and done stuff with their team members and employees as well. So you can kind of use that space to do whatever you would like to do, and then we incorporate a tour and of course the animal meet and greet in that assembly space as well. So yeah, it's a really great venue for that.
Yeah, and it's a huge place, so that's perfect. I didn't even, I guess I should have put two and two together. I'm not that bright, I guess. But no, it's so cool, like your whole place. And then it's cool in there, so I'm sure when it gets hot in Vegas. Now, when we went, it's perfect, but
it is nice temperature right now. Right now is a really great time to tour.
Perfect,
but then we have, like you said, we have that indoor space, so we're able to keep that air conditioned.
Exactly.
For the people's comfort as well as the animals.
Exactly. There you go. But no, it's just, everything about it's cool. And I'm even thinking of throwing my little niece's birthday party there.
Absolutely,
so
we'd love to have you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I also wanted to do is how we were saying about all the animals are named after Vegas celebrities and stuff, which is such a smart idea. I think that's amazing. But if you guys are Vegas celebrities and you have an animal named after you, I think this is a perfect way to go. And
we would love
have
to
a
see
picture.
We have, the Tenrex names are Penn and Teller. So anytime Penn and Teller want to drop by, we're there for you. Celine Dion obviously is our white ferret. Britney Spears, anytime. We'll open the gates. You can come and see your porcupine.
Yeah, and no, but it's perfect. And then you can get a picture. How amazing. And I also want to talk about how can people donate too? Because
sure.
I mean, funding is so important. No matter how amazing and passionate you guys are, you need the funding, of course.
Absolutely.
It's so expensive, I'm sure, just to feed them alone, I can only imagine.
Absolutely, yeah. So we have a PayPal link directly on our website. So again, that's friendsofthewild.org. We are a 501c3, so we're completely tax write-offable, which is awesome for you guys out there. I'm actually quite proud of it. We have quite a few monthly sponsors through the PayPal system, which is really great. And every little bit helps, whether it's $5, $10, $50 every month coming to us is really, really awesome.
It adds up for sure.
Right. We also are often in need of goods. So if anybody's interested in donating something that we need, something that we go through, we usually have a list up on the website or on the Facebook page, but you can always give us a call too, and we'll let you know what we're running short of, whether it be cat food. The Tenrex eat cat food. They're kind of stinky like that. We'll often need blankets, either used or new, as long as they're used and in good condition. Paper towels, Clorox wipes, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. We would absolutely appreciate any donations of goods in kind as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we believe we have a caller. So caller, you are live with Corey Taylor Talks. Who are we talking to?
Hi, this is Donna.
Hi, Donna. How are you?
Fine, thanks. I actually went to the facility to do a tour, and I have to tell you, sincerely, it was one of the best places in Las Vegas to go to. I am a local, and I heard about the place, and I was at the container park, so I came down. And we actually had a gentleman was there by the name of Ivan who took us around. I believe he's an actual zookeeper of the place. And he could not have been more informative and more amazing. And the animals were super. Like, I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but to find a sloth anywhere in the United States is crazy in itself. And 99% of the places, if like they have them at all, like in a big zoo, they're in a big zoo behind a cage and that type of thing. They have a sloth. They have this massive porcupine that Ivan was so cool because he went and in the enclosure and actually got the porcupine to come out, and this thing was huge and had these gigantic porcupines, sticker things, and he fed this thing, and you could tell that animal loved him, and everything he touched, like the animals loved this gentleman, and he could not have been more educational. It was the most amazing place, not only as an adult to visit, but to bring a child there. And what was awesome about it too, I had a pet prairie dog years ago when they first came out, and unfortunately I had to end up giving mine away because the pet stores don't tell you what they really are like, and you get these things and you pay a fortune and you love them and you fall in love, and then you realize they can kill you, which literally is what mine almost did, just because they didn't teach me about it, and I should have never had it as a pet in the first place. So you go to this place, and even things you love, some are great to have as pets, some aren't, but they tell you the truth, and it's so much nicer if anybody really had an exotic pet to realize the care and the money involved. You go down there, you're giving to a organization that is amazing. You visit that pet, and then you go home. And there's no poop to clean up. There's no vet bills. It sounds silly, but it's true, Their facility itself was amazing. It's so huge, not only on the outside, but the inside. And in the hot Vegas sun, it's great because you have the outside to walk around, which isn't crazy because there's a lot of enclosures you go in, so it's nice, and yet you get sun, but the inside is beautiful. It's big. I'm sure, like you said, I think earlier, you could have parties there. Truly, I cannot tell people enough, go down and visit this place. You will not be disappointed.
Thank you so much. Was it Donna?
Yes, Donna.
Donna, thank you so much for your review. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And people donate, because to get this thing to stay in Vegas is going to take a lot of money. So donate. I'm sure anything is a help. But you guys are worth every single penny, and I hope to God everybody in Vegas comes down and supports you. So.
Oh, thank you, Donna. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I will be back too.
Thank you. Bring all your friends.
Thank you so much. But yeah, no, it's true, and actually almost the same. I had almost the same exact experience where a guy, he went right in there with spears, and I mean it is, and I did want to bring that up too, because I think unfortunately a lot of people think really bad about zoos and everything, and it's a very controversial thing, but you guys are actually there for that. I mean, you really do love and take care of these animals.
Absolutely,
and and I think you are a lot different from a huge giant zoo and stuff, and you have one-on-one experiences with them, which makes it so much different.
Right, and that's part of our mission, and always our vision from the very start was that we are not going to have 171 animals. We're not going to have too many animals for us to care for.
Right.
We're also not going to ever have animals that are not happy or not in an environment that they are thriving in. We have had protesters at the zoo, so that's already happened.
At your place?
That's how you know you're hitting the big time, right?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, absolutely. During the summer, we had a group of people who were upset about us having animals in enclosures. All the animals that we do have, we are not taking directly from the wild and putting in enclosures. These animals have either been bred in captivity, usually bred in captivity, and then we have tried to rescue whenever possible. They were protesting about, are you ready for this? The desert tortoises being kept in the desert environment in which they grew up in. So it's very small things like that. We were able to obviously...
I think that's when it gets out of hand.
We're obviously able to counteract that. Our desert tortoises do have a misting system. They have a heating pad right now. They're relaxing in their heavenly winter location. But we definitely take pains to make sure that our animals are being kept in the conditions that make them happier and healthy.
And on top of that, with the desert tortoise thing, they didn't even know how to burrow correctly, correct? And so you guys built them an enclosure. I mean, can you even imagine? Most places would never do so. Like, you hand built it and such just so they could have. I mean,
exactly.
Oh, sometimes that's tough.
But that's okay. You know what? It had to be said. There was people there are people that have concerns about zoos and circuses and animals in captivity, and I totally am on board with everybody's opinions as far as that goes. However, all I'm asking is that they come and experience what we've got to offer. There's nothing harmful or hurtful for any of our animals. We have a large indoor space, we have a large outdoor space, and they're transferable. We had a flood last week. we had piglets inside our area because it was safest for them to be in there and out of the mud.
Right.
So we are always going to do what's best for our animals first and foremost. So I mean, we would take them home. We will do whatever we need to do to make sure our animals are protected and happy.
That's so cool. And yeah, I just I can't believe they would even protest something like that. But you guys, I hope maybe at least if nothing else they'll see this and realize it's not like that. It's not your huge giant zoo where it was Blackfish and SeaWorld. That was a huge ordeal and that. But you guys are actually taking care, and you can tell the animals are very, very happy, and that is a rare thing you see. But they are all of them, like, really have a bond with them, and that's such a cool thing.
They do,
so.
yeah, and they choose their favorite people. It's not the other way around. And we have some of our favorites, but again, they choose their favorite people, so we have to put up with them if they love us. I also wanted to mention that we've got some pretty big shoes to fill. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, having Las Vegas Zoo that was closed down.
That was
having Ruse and More that was closed down as well. So the city definitely had some trouble dealing with us. We're very upfront. We're very compassionate, humane.
Yeah.
Perhaps some of the other things that the other zoos weren't able to show to the public, we've been able to step up and really come forward with that side of things. Yeah.
Very cool. And like I said too, the location, because really downtown's really one of my favorite places, and the container park's right there, which everyone loves the container park, and I mean it's right next door to it, and I really
we know every lunchtime we know. I think Shafini's knows our order as they see us walking over there now.
Maybe we could just type it in. But no, it's like, so if you're downtown, you might as well just stop by and then go to Friends of the Wild, because it's so cool. And if you're an animal lover like I am, and hopefully most people are, and you can't get an exotic pet or pig or whatever, you can go right down there and see that. I mean, that is such a cool thing, and they're right there, and I mean, it's like the coolest thing ever.
Thank you. Our tour is about an hour to an hour and a half long, and again, you'll see the whole premises, plus we'll bring out a lot of our interactive animals for you to touch and feel and smell.
Yeah, and the coolest animals. I mean, truly, just the coolest, and it's such a bond. I mean, it's just, the whole thing is so cool. So, where can people find you guys again? And once again, follow, donate, every single thing they can possibly do.
Sure, we're across every media platform, social media platform. So you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Twitter, and at Facebook at Friends of the Wild. Our website is friendsofthewild.org, and our phone number is 725-300-1582. So you can always give us a call if you are in the downtown area, having some lunch at Container Park, then you can give us a call and come on through for a tour. Now, we don't open like traditional zoos. We are proud of the fact that we do small group tours. That way it can be more intimate.
Right.
We're also in a downtown location, so it's a little bit frightening without the staff and the resources to have the gates just open 12 hours a day.
Yeah, of course.
We don't know who might walk in. So you can always give us a call, drop us a message through Facebook, or email us at info@friendsofthewild.org. We will open up the gates for you to come on in. It's bookable too through friendsofthewild.org. We have a booking system there. We do tours Friday through Monday. Every second hour, so every odd hour you can come on in, so book yourself a tour. Locals get a really great discount too, so make sure you check out the website.
Perfect. And that's great with the locals too. And and you know, I do want to say this too, Vegas, we have a lot of stuff for adults and there's some stuff for kids, but it's really hard to find something that's exciting and cool and fascinating and educational. And I think it will honestly change a lot of lives of people out there, because
he's on the move.
He's so cute. But they want to they need to be educated and know that you can't keep animals like this in captivity, and you guys are as a pet, but you guys have the perfect place for them, and it's so cool. And I mean, it's really such an educational thing too, which makes it so cool. So it's perfect here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us on the show. I
really
my
appreciate
goodness. Your support.
Thank you so much for coming. And please, anyone who's listening, or if you're a celebrity who's listening, a Vegas celebrity that wants to come by and take pictures, or even, I had to say, Christabel, we have the sloth here too that you could actually see. So I think it's absolutely perfect if you want to come down and check them out. Yes. Oh, and the sloth, he's so cute. Oh my goodness, he's adorable.
This is probably as active as he's been all day. So.
But yeah, everyone, please go support it. And hopefully too, if in the near future, you might even be having a grand opening thing, and anyone who wants to get involved with that. And please donate anything you possibly can. Even if it's $1, it really will make a huge difference. Or
Absolutely.
paper towels, or like you
Absolutely.
said, or anything.
Yeah. Yep.
So please go check them out, help them out, go visit, because it's the coolest place ever, and we really need to help support it, and everyone in Vegas needs to really step up and support this place. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, please go check out everything, donate, get to see the cute little animals, and have a great time, because it really is a blast. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless.